Action, baby! Come on in! Cool, man. So, how's my album looking now? Fantastic. Your I'm sorry, Mr. Bronson, for asking, but are you eating a whole steak in my office? Yep. You got a problem with that, boy? I mean, not necessarily, but anyway, your major label debut launch is looking great at this point. Yeah, man, I mean, what else we got coming out March 24th? The Jeff Brothers, that indie chick from Koala Land, that guy that got big off screaming about sailing, some dork producer writing a whole album about Facebook or some crap. Bottom line, no competition. Exactly. Safe to say March 24th ain't too far away, and as far as I can tell, there is nothing whatsoever in hip-hop that can possibly overshadow your big release before then. Yeah, okay, man. See you then. Oh, ooh. I'm sorry. If this steak weren't so delicious, I'd stone you with it. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Spin It Reviews, and today I'm going to be talking about the new album from Actin Bronson called Mr. Wonderful. So Actin Bronson's a New York rapper who's been quite a force of personality within the underground hip-hop world over the last couple years. He's dropped a couple albums and numerous mixtapes, some of which have been full collabs with a single producer. One of those, 2012's Rare Chandeliers with The Alchemist, is really the only other full-length project I've heard from this guy, and even if not every track on it really stuck with me, I really enjoyed it overall nonetheless. And after a couple of singles and wonderfully insane videos put out in 2014, now he's dropping his major label debut, Mr. Wonderful, and really this captures a lot of what I like about Actin's music in general. For those unfamiliar with Actin Bronson, you can expect two things. One, production that uses these classic boom-bap beats you might expect in the 90s or something, but also has a certain smooth warmness to it, thanks to a lot of jazz and rock and blues influences sort of sprinkled across it. And two, lyrics that are all about excess in a very entertaining, over-the-top, and even borderline comical way, delivered with his perpetual yell of a voice and flow. And that last part is really what helps Actin be more tolerable than some rappers that might talk about similar luxury-based stuff. The fact that he doesn't really take himself too seriously while he's doing it. For the most part, he focuses more than anything on good punchlines, with very vivid imagery involving cars, clothes, sex, even food from his previous job as a chef, or even some bizarre combination of these. Admittedly, my main problem with Actin's full-length projects from what I've heard is that he doesn't really vary things up much thematically, which can cause songs to kind of bleed together in terms of lyrics, but it's a pretty easy thing to overlook as long as you're not paying really close attention to every single line. Going back to the musical stylings, honestly, any hip-hop album that starts off with a Billy Joel sample of all things gets a big thumbs up for me, and Mark Ronson did a fantastic job producing the opener Brand New Car for that, as well as the other track he produced on this thing, the Hot 100 cracking single Baby Blue. Another big highlight for me, not only because of the poppy piano-led instrumental on this thing, but also the fact that it takes Actin in kind of more of a set direction lyrically. Plus, without revealing too much, Chance the Rapper's guest verse is easily one of the most hilarious rap verses I've heard all year, especially with like the dry, deadpan way he delivers it all. Meanwhile, he touches on over-the-top 80s arena rock on Only in America, hazy Eastern-fueled psychedelia on Easy Rider, and surprisingly on City Boy Blues, he's actually singing in this weird blues hip-hop hybrid jam that actually has a really cool vibe to it. Plus tracks like Terry and a couple others like The Rising have these unapologetically smooth, jazzy grooves to them that I'm just loving. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the back half of this thing does drag on a little with some of the less rap-heavy tracks. Some go on a lot longer than they need to, or just barely leave an impression on the mind altogether, and I thought the interlude put in the first half, it was kind of pointless. And these things kind of keep Mr. Wonderful from being a great rap album, I suppose. But this is still a fun, well-produced hip-hop album I'd gladly recommend, and I'm gonna give it a 7.5. So if you guys have heard this album, what do you think about it? Do you agree with what I had to say, disagree, have any feedback about the channel in general? Let me know in the comments down below. Share this around with anyone who might be interested, like the Facebook page in the description for updates, and hopefully I'll see you in the next episode of Spin It Reviews.